Hey everybody, this is Jeff and welcome to a brand new video. So today I've got something very special for you guys, and that is, hold on, about this bad boy right here. I'm not quite sure if you can see it because of my light. You can see it. We're going to be talking about the latest iPad. Not the iPad Pro, not the iPad Air, but the latest 2020 model. Pretty much the cheapest iPad that came out this year. But we're going to be talking about it from a photographer's point of view. So, you ready? Let's get into it. Alright, that was the intro. So, before we start with the video, make sure you click that subscribe button right there, okay? This is not a very technical or scientific review by any means. I bought this iPad roughly 3 weeks ago, and the reason why I've been postponing this video is because I really wanted to use the iPad to find out everything that I like, everything that I don't like, everything that I find a little bit meh. But again, this is quite important. There are hundreds, if not even of thousands of videos out there reviewing this particular iPad, maybe for a graphic designer or something like that. This is going to be literally about photography. I'm going to be focusing on two particular apps, and if you do not have these apps yet, I strongly advise you to download them because these are really good. I'm talking about Adobe Lightroom and Adobe Photoshop. So before we jump into Lightroom and Photoshop, let me tell you something a little bit about this particular iPad. So like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is the latest 8th generation iPad. For me, the selling point is how fast it is, because this thing is literally packing some power in there, I tell you that much. So as photographers, we're always looking for ways to improve or reduce our workflows, but still keeping the quality in there. And this iPad actually allows us to do that. The first thing I absolutely loved about this iPad is that we can work with files, which means that if you get yourself one of these bad boys, like a dongle, in my case I've got SD card and micro SD card, the iPad is going to recognize it so you can import everything to your files. And the best thing though is that if you have an Adobe Creative Cloud subscription, because with your subscription you're getting 100 gigabytes on the cloud, which means that everything you do on your iPad is going to be backed up on the cloud, which means that on a later point you can resume working from a different device. That is really cool in my opinion. If you follow this channel, you know that I work with the Canon EOS R. Also for photography, I think it's an amazing camera, and I can bring all the RAW photos to my iPad. I mean, RAW capabilities, man, that is really cool. If you're invested in the entire Apple ecosystem, you know how quick and simple it is to send files via AirDrop. And in my opinion, one of the key features of this particular iPad is how compact, light, and portable it is. So we're not trying to fool anyone here. As photographers, we absolutely love equipment. If there's a way to pack lighter, we're going to grab it and use it. And this, my friends, is where this iPad shines. It is not as heavy as a laptop, not as big as the iPad Pro, and between you and me, I mean, you can argue that the iPad Air is just as big, but it's more expensive. Alright, so now we're going to start talking about Lightroom. The first thing we're going to do is, of course, import our photos. And what I like is that we've got several options. We can buy a dongle, we can use an SD card, a micro SD card, whatever your heart desires. We can use Dropbox. If you've got the Adobe Creative Cloud, you can import your files from there, and you can even use your camera roll. So as you can see, there are many options to bring our photos into Lightroom. And of course, you can create collections or you can create albums. So all your photos are going to be well organized. So from here, 100% your call. Do you want to apply preset or do you want to edit manually? And I must say though, I was so positively amazed when I realized how powerful this iPad really is, and especially like the app itself, because Lightroom has almost, I would say like 99%, if not all of the same functions as the software has, which is mind-blowing. And bear in mind, all these tests I've done, I haven't done with simple JPEGs. No sir. All the photos I've edited in the last couple of weeks are from my Canon EOS R, which are RAW files. And the entire process was super smooth. I did not experience any lag, or my app didn't crash or anything like that. So once you've edited your photo, guess what? You can export it, or if you want to, you can send it over to Photoshop quite easily. So what about Photoshop? The app itself is very powerful, just like Lightroom, But unlike Lightroom, there are some key elements that are missing. So for example, the tool Liquify is not included in Photoshop, but there's a little bit of a workaround. Adobe, for some unknown reason, decided to create an app just for this particular function, which is called Photoshop Fix, which, to be honest with you, I tried barely, just out of fun, because in my photos I really don't use this filter that much, but if you do, you know there's a different app for it. But overall, the most important tools are in Photoshop, and you can just use whatever you want. You can import photos, you can work with different layers. It's really, really cool. I have to say, like, it takes you a little bit of a learning curve to adapt to the app, especially coming from the software. But once you figure it out, it's really, really simple. And once you're done, it's really, again, your call. Do you want to export it, or with a simple button, you can send it back to Lightroom for further twitching. So that is pretty much the cheapest iPad of 2020 for photographers in a nutshell. And before I go, let me tell you a very fun fact. This entire video was edited and exported literally just with the same iPad. So definitely stay tuned, because next week's video is going to be about this iPad, but from a videographer's point of view. So definitely hit that subscribe button right there to watch the next video and all the future videos. So yeah, man, this is Jeff, it's been my pleasure, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers. To watch next week's So definitely hit that subscribe button right there to watch the next video and all the future videos.